What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Before I get into this story, I just want to say everything in this video is alleged. With that being said, let's get right into it. For most people who have kids, they look at them like a blessing. Our babies can bring out the best in us, make us grind harder, even change our lives. It's probably people that's in a relationship or marriage right now that will have already threw in the towel or would have ran its course if it wasn't for the love they both have for the kids. So they try to make it work because of them. One thing that's always been a fact is the woman carries the child, so it's no doubt who the mother is. But depending on the type of woman you are dealing with, a lot of men choose to get DNA tests to be sure they're a girl or whoever they was being intimate with without protection was not stepping out on them. It's definitely a trust thing, but also just being sure, as having kids is a big responsibility, and no one wants to go 18 years sacrificing, busting their tail, working hard to provide for little ones who might not be yours. It's an old saying my great grandmother used to say. It used to have me geeking, laughing super hard, but it's real. Mama's baby, Papa's maybe. Meaning, a lot of men could be running around taking care of another man's baby and don't even know it. Some women might choose to step out, slip up, and get pregnant. But she goes with the safer option, the man already at home. And a lot of times, if that's your partner or wife, most men won't even question it. But what if everything you thought was solid and real was a lie? How would you respond? And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Detroit, Michigan to discuss the case of a man who allegedly found out none of his kids were his and snapped after confronting his wife. Earlier this year, 37-year-old Deshawn Flood was living what he thought was a dream life with his wife and 3 beautiful kids. Deshawn was described as very family orientated, a self-proclaimed photographer, a deacon at his church, and more importantly to him, a husband and father. Him and his wife Dominique had been together for 10 years and married for 9. Deshawn viewed her as the love of his life. He often made posts on social media proclaiming his love for her and his kids. And for him, it was a big blessing even being able to have kids in the first place. Because as a young man, Deshawn had many struggles, including battling with his mental health, and he caught meningitis, which affected his spine and kept the young man in and out of the hospital at a young age. The illness caused him to have seizures, and also doctors told him his chances of having children were very slim. So when him and Dominique conceived their first child, he was overjoyed. 2 more came after that. Everything seemed good. Deshawn opted to be a stay-at-home dad, cooking, cleaning, going with the kids on field trips, while Dominique worked outside the home and went to school. The couple seemed happy, but some say their family knew Dominique was allegedly hiding a life-changing secret. Deshawn had recently had a mental health crisis. He was sent to a hospital where they recommended the man be treated at a better facility in Chicago, and he was released while awaiting to see another doctor. According to sources, his son got sick right after and was admitted to the hospital. They told him it was an illness that didn't run on Dominique's side of the family as she got tests done. So more than likely, it was passed down from his father's side. They ran tests on Deshawn and his son and took some blood. But the doctors were confused because the DNA didn't match, indicating his son wasn't his. Allegedly after that, even though it took a lot out of him, Deshawn kept quiet and went to perform DNA tests on his other 2 kids, which came back with some devastating news. Those 2 were allegedly not his as well. Heartbroken about the situation, Deshawn felt it was time to confront his wife. On July 29th, early in the morning, He drove from Detroit to Sterling Heights, Michigan, where Dominique worked at. He waited in a parking lot as she pulled up to her job at a senior citizen's home. Looking for answers, when he saw her pull up with her co-worker, Deshawn got out of the car and approached the vehicle, clearly upset, asking her to explain the results of the DNA test he had took before he pulled out a gun. His wife took cover in the co-worker's car. Seconds later, shots went off. Deshawn tried to stop Dominique from closing the car door. She eventually kicked it open and took off on foot as Deshawn continued to shoot, running behind her. He caught up with his wife and smacked her multiple times with the gun. And all the commotion, onlookers called local police, who responded to the scene to find Deshawn in possession of a revolver and Dominique suffering from multiple injuries. She was rushed to a local hospital where she would survive the attack. Deshawn was arrested on the scene, charged with assault with intent to murder and other charges as well. He is being held on $1 million bond. As information about this incident hit social media, people close to the situation spoke out, including Deshawn's brother, who made a GoFundMe for his brother's case and legal fees while explaining the situation. Some even allege members of Deshawn's family knew his wife was stepping out on him, possibly even with family members, and some of the kids might even be theirs. But that's all just speculation. As of now, everything in this case is alleged, and Deshawn is innocent until proven otherwise. People voiced their opinion on social media. Some felt like it should be mandatory DNA tests when a child is born. This is one of those situations every man fears, and why so many men have trouble settling down and have trust issues now. The person you laid with for 10 years allegedly stepped out on you multiple times, and none of your kids are yours. Some will say Deshawn could have just walked away, but that's a level of betrayal and pain that will make the strongest man crash out. But I definitely made this video to hear what y'all think about the situation, fam. Don't be shy to voice your opinions in the comments. And have you yourself ever been in a similar situation, finding out a child wasn't yours or having doubts? Let me know your experiences. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, this is a super messed up situation. If everything in this went like they said it went, I feel bad for old boy. That's a pain I don't never want to experience. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's another episode of Hood Tales. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.